All right, so I killed a fly that was bugging me. And by doing that, what I wound up doing was smashing my computer and I screwed everything up. So bear with me. Hopefully the audio is fixed tonight. It looks like it's working okay, but I can't tell if there's a buzz. I had do-not footage ready to go, but that's now, I don't know where the hell that went to because I did some editing. And I don't have my list of stuff because, like I said, I smashed my computer. Killing a fly. So, sounds good. Happy 4th. Happy 4th, Don. Yeah, I need Don. I need my secret producer back. So, that's my plea to Don. Well, today, I don't have births or deaths. I don't have any super events except for stuff. And I don't know if I can get the Do Not Parade up. I just don't. I shot lots of stuff today. It was lots of fun, but we'll get into that. So today was Alice in Wonderland Day. Apparently, Lewis Carroll would tell the story to a friend about Alice, friend's daughters, and this is when Alice in Wonderland was created on the 4th of July. So Lewis Carroll and Alice in Wonderland. I have lots of quotes from Alice in Wonderland about wonder and all that good stuff. So, but I don't have those with me because, again, I don't know what I did to the computer today. Just completely smashed the fly. But the fly's gone. I won't be talking about the fly anymore. Let's see what else. It was, well, it's Independence Day. So happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Do Not Parade had a lot of political Independence Day things related. Hopefully you got out to see a parade today. Fireworks last night or fireworks tonight. You may not even be here. You may be just coming back from fireworks or you saw booming fireworks and you had a wonderful time. So I hope you enjoy the spectacle of July 4th. It's Caesar salad day. I had a little salad earlier, and it's ribs day. I had brisket, not ribs. Made brisket. Delicious, delicious, salty, meaty brisket with barbecue sauce and corn pudding and sweet potatoes. Yes, food coma. That'll happen at some point. Tomorrow, it's Play Outside Day, which I think is like the first of every month or something stupid at this point. So yeah, play outside. It's supposed to be Saturday and it's beautiful. It's National Hawaii Day, which great. I didn't research why. It's National Bikini Day because it's summer and why not? Bikinis. Let's see, Graham Cracker Day. I'll have to have some cheesecake with graham crackers. Hopper Park Day. Don't know what the hell that means. I didn't even look. Didn't have time. Apple Turnover Day. And then near and dear to my heart, it's National Workaholics Day. So the people that work after July 4th. So I did go to Lowe's today, and Lowe's was open. People had to work. And I then went to Kroger, because I had to go get stuff at Kroger. So they were working. So people did not have the day off. It was not this national holiday where everybody is off because of the fact that it's that. Sitting around a fire with friends after the fireworks night, not sure how producery I'll be. That's okay. That's okay. Happy 4th to you as well. Happy 4th. You don't need to be producer. You're okay. Enjoy the fire. Say hello, everybody. Enjoy the fire. But yes, Workaholics Day. So lots of people work today. Like I said, I went to Lowe's and I picked some stuff up at Lowe's for work that I did do today anyway. After I did the Do Not Parade, I went back and I sanded a door because I had to do some wood putty on it and I had to restain it and get it ready to insert. So I'm going to finish this project tomorrow, hopefully, and be good to go. But yes, Workaholics Day is tomorrow. So that means that you have to work tomorrow. You're like a lot of people. You don't rest for the wicked. We have to work. We have to do our thing. Celebrity deaths, don't know. Births, don't know. Like I said, hit the computer and now I don't know what I did to it. But it was not rebooting. So I got nothing for births or deaths today or even events in history except for, I don't know, what, the Declaration of Independence was signed today? 1776? 250 years ago? There you go. That's all I got. No more of that stuff. Do Not Parade went well. I picked up my friend Adam. Adam's the one who has the DeLorean, renteddelorean.com. Lives out in LA. Because, again, Back to the Future, it's from 1985. The anniversary of its release was yesterday. So I met Adam for coffee this morning. We talked about virtual presence, Raiders virtual presence. He said maybe he'll use me as a camera person. That'd be great. Fly to football games and then be on the sidelines with a camera filming. I'm in. I watched his presentation. I got to tell you, if you have an Oculus, you have one of those virtual things, Oculus has been sitting gathering dust. I'll tell you what, when this comes out, and the first one's going to come out soon. They're going to have a free one on their site. I highly recommend you go watch this. It's just nuts. You know, the players were so real. I actually felt like I had to move out of the way a couple of times because they were running toward me, and it feels so real. You're so engrossed that when I took the headset off, you're just like, whoa, I'm in a hotel in the lobby drinking coffee, and this is nuts. It's definitely a thing. So good luck to my friend Adam. I hope this sells and makes him, $100 million. I really do. That would be amazing. Even 10, why not? 10's great too. He can live on $10 million for a long time, I'm betting. He's a smart cat. But it was great. I then said, well, what are you doing? He's here with his wife and his kids, and he doesn't have time. He has to play dad, doing all of it daily. And I said, well, be in the parade. Come be in the Judah parade. So he came down. What I finally settled on was something that was completely, absolutely uninspired. Not gonna lie, it was not inspired. It just wasn't. I wasn't inspired. I just didn't feel it. I just, like I said, I couldn't do political. I don't do political. I just stay away from that. I try to avoid that kind of crazy. So I took the QR codes. There it is. I taped 2 of them to either side of the car, and then I put his kids in the back of the car. He walked, and I had boxes and boxes and boxes, literally 4 crates like this big, of all swag t-shirts. Just like old beer t-shirts and just swag that's been sitting in bags at the radio station that are old swag from events that were left over from, years ago. I thought, just give them out. Just give them all out. I didn't even care anymore. I'm like, just go. So they handed out t-shirts. That's what they did. And I think I added some subs to the thing. The best line was someone that, because the QR code was on the card, like, not getting me again, Russia. I was like, ugh, how did I thought of that? I would have put jokes about it in the QR code. But I was just completely uninspired, and I apologize for my lack of inspiration. I just wasn't feeling it. I couldn't find anything that I found really humorous and topical at the same time, and I just didn't have people to help me. I just didn't feel it. Didn't feel it, So I just did my thing. So I got down there. I am the unofficial starter, so I work on the lineup. So as people come in to bring in their floats, and if I can get this thing up, I will put it up. I will get it up here. But I was editing it, and I screwed something up. Apparently I didn't sign in or something, so I went to export it, and it was like, sign in. I'm like, I am signed in. It's been a day. Anyway, so I'm in charge of the lineup. So as people come in with their floats or their walking parades or their cars or their multiple dogs and antique cars and whatever, I go, okay, park there, park there, park there, park there. All right, you park here, you go over there, you drive here, you park there, you go in the park, you do this, you do this. And then when we get started, after we sing the national anthem poorly, I then stand at the very beginning and I kind of like, okay, you go. And then to make sure that there aren't like 3 walking parade people next to each other. Because are you playing music? Great. So let's have this walking parade, then put a car in between you that doesn't have music, and then the next walking group, and then this rock group and whatever. And that's how it works. I just do that. And then I jump in the parade whenever, usually at the end. But I sent Adam in my car, and I was just like, go, just you parade, you do your thing, have fun with your family and kids, because they didn't want to go in the parade, but they actually had fun being in the parade. And it was the first time for him to do a parade like that, and for his kids and for his wife. And I was like, there you go, we have firsts. I've created firsts for you, lasting memories that you can enjoy for a lifetime, or tragic things that will be talking about therapy as they're adults in another lifetime, which happens too. But anyway, it went very well. We did have one intruder. There was an interloper, a very, what is it? What do you call them? He was a protester, let's put it that way. He was protesting against the parade and all of us sinners. So I had to, because again, look, it's freedom of speech, don't get me wrong. But he did not line up. He just showed up and started to march. Like, whoa, bro, you can't do that. You can't just cut in the parade. I said, you can go to the end of the parade. So you just have to wait for the parade, and then we'll insert you at the very end, which I did. I put it at the end. Did not go well for him, unfortunately. There was some very unhappy people throwing things and screaming and following him, giving him the middle finger the whole time, trying to shout him down. But that happens. There was lots of applause, lots of cheers, lots of floats. Big crowd, big crowd. Lots of people out today. It was beautiful. If I had the video, you could see that crowd. I swear I have it. I just don't know if I can't, for some reason, sign in to it. Back to sign in, it says, right. It says you use QR code, which I did. I did use the QR code, and it didn't seem to work. So I'll try the other phone and see if that works, and then maybe I can import this while we're talking, and then you can watch the Doodah Parade, I guess, best as I can do it. Because this is disappointing, to say the very least. I'm unhappy with the results of my whole shenanigans here, because even though I did a reasonable edit, it's not the best. Confirming, okay, there we go, now it's going to sign in. QR code scanned, confirmed, yes. Hopefully I'll be able to explain. It's like 4 minutes. I think I edited it down to 4 minutes total. It's not that much, so, okay. So back to edit, because I am, in fact, signed in now, you bastard. Come on, edit. All right, now export. You know, I pay for these things to use them, and I am a pro, you son of a bitch. Okay, it's 5 minutes, 39 seconds. I am a pro, okay? Oh my God, I'm so mad. Oh my. Why does this do this? Why is life difficult tonight? Okay, I don't need life to be difficult tonight. You know, I can make a really poor joke about something, but I won't. I'll keep that to myself. But yeah, it's just not happening. It's just not feeling it. It's not wanting to work for me. But I killed a fly. But I totally killed the fly. Anyway, Doodah Parade, if you don't know what it is a parade of shenanigans. There is no theme to it. Anyone can parade or march in it. I've been doing it for decades. It started with just a whim and a couple of buddies of mine just walking the parade. We reminisced about some today's when we had 101 dogs do it when we did the radio station. Everyone brought dogs down. We told the radio station, bring your dog down, and we spray painted the dog with spots. We used Halloween hairspray, and we spray painted dark dogs with light spots and light dogs with dark spots. And hundreds of people and like 100 dogs, 101 Dalmatian. It was the joke. It was hot, you know, like it was today. But we had lots of water. We made sure the doggies were fine because we like the doggos. Yeah, the parade was a good thing. And it's I don't know if it's really a parade. It's more of a spectacle. You know, parades are traditional marching bands and stuff. There was no marching bands. There was a band playing on the back of a trailer. It was a drummer and a bass guitar and a guy yelling and screaming, which was fine. You know, they were the Franks, Get Frankie, F-R-O-N-K-S, but they were frogs. Like that's their logo, was the frogs, but it's Get Franks, Frankie. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And then we had the dog people and the cat people, which I put together. Whoopsie. So I put the dog people and the cat people together, but the cats were chasing the dogs. So the cats were behind the dogs, as opposed to the dogs and the cats reversed. I figured that was also a spectacle, so it was worth doing, making that fun. Lots of people said hello to many people. Saw Nina West and Dr. Randy and the Tims. You know, saw Heather and Steve and a whole litany of people that I have not seen for a long time, or people that I don't see often enough. But Doodah always brings out the crowds. I did see there was a wedding in it, and there was 2 large trailers, like hay trailers that they connect together, and it was the reception in the parade. So they had the veils on, and the happy couple was up front. It was pretty funny. You know, that's how you spend your wedding day, is at a parade, being honored by lots of people cheering, which is, I think, amazing. There was some inflatable costumes. There was some unicycles. The lots of protests against the politics. There was a lot of political activism, which again makes people, you know, get out there and get some cheers and jeers, and that's kind of what you want, right? I mean, that's to get people thinking and moving and grooving. So we did that, and we had fun doing it. I believe I had fun. I was entertained by most of it today. The police escort was great. The police, as always, do a nice job. These are the good special duty cops that get hired, and they're very, very nice. They do crowd control and traffic control. They keep the streets safe from cars cutting into the crowd, and that's important, believe me. That's very important to have the barricades up and make sure people aren't driving in the parade that shouldn't be driving in the parade, because that's not what you want. Golf carted it around, had the golf cart going, so I was on some golf cart action. Passengering, I didn't do much driving. I wasn't feeling very driver-like today. And then there's live bands. We saw Josh, the sound guy from the bar, was down there, and he was doing the sound. That was great. Josh is always a good guy to see. We didn't have any Wesley Willis, though, because every night when we closed out the bar, we played Wesley Willis. Rock and Roll McDonald's. If you've never heard Wesley Willis, you've never heard Rock and Roll McDonald's, I recommend that you go ahead and Google it and then play it. Wesley Willis was a schizophrenic from Chicago, and he put out a bunch of albums. And so I think I've mentioned it before. Some of his songs are a little not suitable for work. Let's put it that way. Talks about some fairly, if you appreciate the kind of humor, you'll like it. If not, you'll be like, wow, this is really offensive. But he was a schizophrenic, and he's no longer with us, but Wesley Willis was quite the guy. Dove pretty deep into figuring out that. There was an AI incident today. What was the AI incident someone was talking about? Oh, right. I guess we don't have to worry about AI taking over America first. It'll take over China first. We're not going to have electricity to do it. Who knew? Oops. Probably my only political statement at the moment. Guess that's part of not renewable energies. Oh well. Guess I won't be worried about that. I still can't find my license plate. Damn it, Todd. Don't know where it is. I literally have to get on my hands and knees. I have no idea. I can't tell you where it is. So I do apologize for my complete lack of preparedness. I really, really had my stuff ready to go. And then smashing the fly completely set everything asunder. Look at this. All I have is like my basic notes. I don't have my whole page because, like my other days, look at this. I have like notes and pages of notes and pages and pages of notes and pages of notes and pages of notes and pages of notes and pages. And that's all I have for tonight. I totally screwed the pooch on that one. Because I was so worried about making sure the audio was going to work and that I had this video edited that by the time I started, I ran out of time. So there you go. That's what happens. And I had hours to do it. Hours. And I still screwed it up because I suck at editing. Because then I go, oh, wait, I wish I would have had and I had to go back and look for the things. I need to be better at, because I can on the fly edit with this because I can talk and go, hey, here you go. See, because I know to look at that camera because I push the button for that camera and then go to this one. Because that's sort of producing editing, live editing. But when it's being produced beforehand, I'm terrible at it. I can't get the scripting down. You could do yesterday's show since we couldn't hear you. Oh, that's funny. I guess I could do that. Should I do yesterday's show since you couldn't hear me? Wow, what a good idea. All right. So yesterday's show. All right. Wow. That's funny. I like that. That's smart. All right. So let's see. I can go back and get the pictures up because I had the pictures. So we started with this. Look at that. Ta-da, look at that. Hey, so last night was episode number 6 of the Stephen He Day Trippin'. Episode 6 last night because we're going to Chicago. So that's 7, 8, and 9. Now I know that unless they edit it out, episode 8, I'm fully engrossed in episode 8 because that's when we got sucked into corporate headquarters. So I think that's going to be 8. I think that's the order it is. I don't remember 7 or 9 very well. I think I was delirious at that point from lack of food. But that's coming. So next Thursday is episode 7 and we'll be in Chicago. I'm going to try and figure out if I can I download these episodes and post them on my page, my Randsanity page? Is that legal to do or is that copyright? I don't know. I got to figure that out if that's something I can do. I want to know that. That's what I'd like to have happen. Today, We talked about this also. Union Made, thanks to our friend Bailey Sandin. So Union Made, the July 4th cookout list, so you can have this for other days. Obviously the breads, the drinks, the meats, the cheeses, and look, the condiments. Heinz verified, Union Made. Thank you, Don, for that one yesterday. Heinz verified, Union Made. So good job, Heinz. Yesterday was also Eat Your Beans Day. And guess what? Inadvertently, I had fajitas. And guess what I had? I had a bean salad. So look at all the beans I used. I used kidney beans, white kidney beans, black beans. I ate my beans on National Eat Your Beans Day. Totally inadvertently. Did not plan it whatsoever. I did not realize that. Yesterday, we had a celebrity death. Celebrity death was Jim Morrison of The Doors, which started the 27 Club. It was part of this 27 Club. If you're not aware what this 27 Club is, it is all the people that died at the age of 27. So you had Jim Morrison, died of 27, buried in France. Who else do you have? Janis Joplin, died at 27. Kurt Cobain, died at 27. Jimi Hendrix, dead at 27. Amy Winehouse, dead at 27. Pigpen from the Grateful Dead, dead at 27. Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones, dead at 27. We even had an actor. He was from Star Trek. Anton Yelchin died at 27. I mean, that's the kind of how it was. This was due a couple years ago. This is fine. So I felt like it was almost like that this year. I just felt like this is fine. Everything's fine. Everything's on fire. Everything's fine. The problem is that cool trailer that I got for free because I salvaged it, someone stole it. Can you believe this? Someone stole it. It was locked up and everything in the back of a parking lot, hidden behind other trucks, and someone literally drove away with it and stole the stupid trailer. Again, and if it was a radio, they would have stolen that too, because remember, I don't have a radio in my truck now because someone smashed out the window, yanked all the wires out, and stole the damn radio. But yes, someone stole the truck. The whole trailer, gone. All of it. Just mad. I'm unhappy about that one. This was a picture that we had talked about a little bit. This is me. Yes, this is what was me back in, I believe, high school. And perfect. I've got the C for Clark. I've got a pack of Marlboro Lights in one hand, a bottle of Bacardi rum in another, and I've got Cindy McQuaid's Got Me in hand. I believe that's who that is, Cindy McQuaid. But the reason I show that picture is because this is what it was turned into. We had talked about this a little bit. This was the all-access VIP pass that it was made into for the holiday show. So you can see my birthday is December 9th, which gives you only 158 shopping days. 158 shopping days until, in fact, it is my birthday. So there you go. That's me in all my obnoxious glory. So that's kind of what you missed yesterday when it came to the picture stuff. What else? Yesterday was the Battle of Gettysburg. It was Julian Assange's birthdays of WikiLeaks. Back to the Futures were released in 1985, but I talked about that this already a little bit because of Adam Contras. Tom Cruise turned 63 yesterday. Kirkwood Smith from that 70s show. And Lisa Simpson, Yardley Smith, who turned birthday yesterday. Lisa Simpson's voiceover. Andy Griffith and Jim Backus both passed away yesterday on this date, on July 3rd. Jim Backus, if you remember, was Mr. Magoo. He also was Thurston Howell III on Gilligan the Island. Oh, lovey. Oh. What else? Steve Racy of Rat, his birthday was yesterday. And Vince Clark Martin, Depeche Mode Eraser, was his birthday yesterday as well. And we talked about the 27 Club, which is kind of crazy to think about all those people died at 27. There's actually 54 27s or 71. I think if you add actors and stuff. Like Elvis Presley's grandson, Lisa Marie Presley's son, killed himself when he was 27. Kehoe, I think was the last name. So he's part of the 27 Club. I didn't include him because I was like, who is this guy? Yeah, he's Elvis's grandkid. Yeah, he died at 27 too. But he committed suicide. So he chose to die at 27, I guess. I don't know. Does he fit into the club or did he just try and get into it if you want to be cool? I mean, I guess you're remembered forever for that reason. One of the things you remember for, you're in the 27 Club. Yeah, but that's not really something that you get to share. Once it happens, you're kind of in it, and then that's it. You're there posthumously for a long time. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, so today was Alice in Wonderland Day. Again, Lewis Carroll shared the story with daughters, friends, who was Alice, and that's how Alice in Wonderland came to be. It was Independence Day, Caesar Salad Day, and Barbecue Ribs Day. Again, I had pulled pork, but I did not have ribs. I guess it was, a brisket, so it's still kind of that in that respect. And then tomorrow, I talked about what tomorrow is, I think, right? Tomorrow is Play Outside Day, Hawaii Day, Bikini Day, Graham Cracker Day, Hop Apart Day, Apple Turnover Day, and Workaholics Day. So there you go. See, that's the recap of the third that I didn't do yesterday because my audio sucked. And you know what I did to fix the audio? I did absolutely nothing. All you did was turn it on and it worked, which I don't understand why it was so bad yesterday. Some sort of electronic interference. Nothing got moved anywhere. I didn't plug or unplug anything any differently. I did kill the fly. Maybe that's what the buzzing was. No, probably not. Probably not the fly buzzing. Don't know. I will make sure I get the editing done for Doodah. Again, it's kind of done, but again, I don't know how to, the export part. And I really, really need to get better at storyboarding, like visually and mentally prior. So when I'm filming, I can do shorter snips because I have like a 6-minute thing to look at. I'm like, it's too long. I just want something. I know there was a piece in there that I want. So I have to do some fast forwards. And when you fast forward, the audio is like, blah, 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 blah. So I have to put sound in there because otherwise it's a dead space and it sounds like crap. And then it takes more time. And I just overthink it. Does anybody else overthink editing if you ever try editing? That's why I would love for AI to do it, but it'll also have to know where the cuts are that I'm doing that are appropriate for it, which I don't have that ability. So, did anyone blow things off? Did you blow up fireworks today? I blew up no fireworks. I lit nothing on fire. Nothing was exploded. Nothing was sparkle. I was going to find sparklers and be like, yay, sparklers. I didn't even have sparklers. And when I stopped at the Kroger, I forgot to pick them up. I was thinking like, oh, I can have sparklers. You'd be like, sparkling, but then realizing that I'm in a 7 by 8 foot space with everything near me that's flammable probably wouldn't be a great idea. I am going to try tomorrow, if I can, to bust out the big red ball. Now, if I didn't hear me yesterday, I did videotape the big red ball, inflating and deflating, and it goes up pretty fast. You have to use a leaf blower. It is absolutely unable to be done by one person though, because the fact is I can't close it from the inside and I can't open it from the inside. So someone has to seal it from the outside. It's definitely built that way, which I think is a defect because I don't know, you get stuck in that thing. I'm gonna have to bring a knife with me to cut my way out because it's definitely thick enough where I would not get out of it. Damn it, didn't see that coming. Now Todd said it was 118 cubic feet, I believe. 118, 119 cubic feet. Now, to me, that seemed like that was going to be not enough time to like live. He said that it would be like 3 or 4 hours, which before the carbon dioxide would obviously build up and kill me. I did not look up what happens with carbon dioxide poisoning, but if you ask the astronauts on Apollo 13, apparently it's a bad thing, so we don't want that. Hypoxia, all those things. You lose your brain, you die at some point. So I did, in fact, inflate it and made some video of it. The problem is it was so damn big it didn't even fit in the frame. I thought I was back far enough when I did it, and then looked at it, I'm like, oh wow, I can see half of it. Because it is, honestly, it is as tall as I am. Maybe, it's at least 6 foot, and it's wide. It's big. It took up space. I couldn't fill it in this room because it would just bust everything out. Things would be crashing to the ground more so than when I normally flail my arms around and smack things and send things flying, all akimbo. But yeah, it's big. So I'll have to have somebody assist me. A, filling it up, sealing it. B, letting me out of it. That I think would be the key. Because otherwise, literally, I will have to cut my way out of it. I don't want to ruin it. It seems very cool. And I think it could honestly even go on the water. I could take it on the water for the fact, not like over a dam or anything, so don't get too crazy. But I could use that to walk across a still body of water, because it's a big piece of plastic. I'm not going to sink. That's a big air bubble. As long as I can get to the other side, it's got handles on it, so someone could grab it and kind of pull it out enough that I'm not in the mud. So I may have to try that. That would be entertaining, to say the very least, right? Going across a still body of water, maybe the park, a lake at the park or something. I don't know. But I would definitely have to make sure I was able to steer it and I didn't get stuck just spinning, because then that would be bad too, because now I'm literally stuck in the same spot in the water going like, okay, now I'm here. I need to cut my way out because I'm going to die of asphyxiation once again. The whole hypoxia thing. We don't want that. But you would think if I'm walking in it, it would kind of travel. I don't know. I've not done it yet because I've had no one to assist me to do it. And like I said, it literally would be impossible for me to do myself. I can't reach like outside and fill it up and then close it and zip it and Velcro it, because once I'm opening it, the air would leak out and it wouldn't have enough pressure. The bulb would kind of be a little deflaty and wouldn't work well. So that's not what I'm going to do. It definitely needs me to be assisted, which I think will be fun. But I don't know. We'll see. That will definitely improve on the quality of shooting, because I can start to get more film things. I just need to work on my editing. I really do. And I think if I practice some of my editing, that's where I need to work on. And I think, again, it's like storyboarding it ahead of time. Even if it's sort of on the fly, knowing what I need to shoot so I have the B-roll, the proper footage for it. Funny story today. So I ran into someone at the supermarket, a guy I've met a couple times. And I was like, oh, and we have a mutual friend. That's why I know him. So I said, oh, hey, have you seen mutual friend? And he goes, no, I haven't talked to him in a while. I said, oh, what's going on? Anything? So he recanted this story, which I thought was pretty funny. So apparently he was at a liquor store buying some alcohol. And the woman that was at the register, something went on. There was some interaction that occurred, and he got a little bit flustered. I'm going to use the word flustered, and got a little red with this woman. And apparently, I guess it got to become a heated exchange. And I'm going to call the blah, 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 I'm not going to serve you, I'm not going to sell you. And she's like, just get a manager. I'm done talking to you. Just get a manager. I want a manager. I want a manager. And this and this and this goes back and forth, back and forth. And I guess there was a woman behind him in line, sort of taps him on the shoulder and was like, hey, why don't you just, and I guess he turned around and he was like, shut up. Who the hell, blah, blah, and like got in this woman's face behind him. And like it caused a kerfuffle. And the manager did come over and they wound up, whatever occurred. So I guess then later on, he told someone else, I don't know who it is, this story about, oh my God, I was at the supermarket and all this stuff happened and this woman behind me, blah, 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 blah. At the same interim, in a short time thereafter, this mutual friend told this person unknown to me about how his wife was at a supermarket and some crazy guy assaulted her verbally and this, this, and this. And he was like, what? He put two and two together and connected the dots of it was this guy and this other guy's wife. And I guess he hasn't seen him now in quite some time, like years, because I guess that completely blew that whole thing up, which I found to be humorous personally, because I'm like, wow, that's kind of an odd coincidence that this one person in the middle of the this situation, unbeknown to him, said, hey, wow, so this happened to you, and wow, this happened over here too, and told this mutual friend of ours that story. So yeah, I kind of walked away laughing. I was like, I'm sorry, I find this so funny. I apologized to him. I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't mean laughing at your misfortune, but man, that is funny. Maybe anger management classes. And his wife that I had never met was there with him. And she was not amused. She definitely was. She's heard the story before, clearly, but she definitely was just like, I was like, okay, laughing. And I kind of looked at her and she was just like, oh man, you never know. That's the thing, you never know. That's those hard lessons, man. That 6 degrees of separation, like, wow, whoops. Like today walking, so many people were like, ready, ready, ready. And I'm like, yay, but I'm not doing anything. I'm on the back of a golf cart just waving, like, the Princess P. I'm like, hi. And I was like, ugh, I wanted to be doing something epic and monumental, and I just could not bring myself to it. And I tried to get the Heinz thing on the truck, but it was going to be expensive. It was going to be like $1,500 or $2,000 to re-vinyl the truck. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, that's not happening. And I couldn't paint the truck, and I couldn't get the whole artwork of the Heinz on the truck. Don gave me a great idea. I could have made the big white box truck look like a Heinz ketchup package, but I couldn't get that together either. It was just, again, I needed some artwork, and I needed that to be printed so I could just sort of really put it on and make it look good. But yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't get it done in time. I couldn't pull the trigger. I didn't have the time, money, resources, patience, wherewithal, or any of the above to do any of those things. So I dropped the ball and fudged it. I punted today. So that's what I did. I punted. So that's the recap of yesterday that you didn't hear for the fact that the audio was terrible. So that was July 3rd. July 4th, I dropped the ball on tonight because I smashed the fly and made my laptop crappy. I think I am going to bring down a third laptop. I've got two going, but I'm going to bring down a third. And what I'm going to do is make the third the dedicated YouTube one. That way, I'll put only the YouTube and the ATM program on it, nothing else will be on it, so that'll work. I've got the laptop that I'm over here that's using, and that one's going to be dedicated only for the pictures that I'm downloading onto the cloud and into the OneDrive, so that I can have the pictures better, like I did tonight. See, I did pretty good, I think, with the pictures, the photographs, because I can put them on my shoulder now. So, like, I had waffles the other day. Look, down the yard, there's the waffles. See, I got a full screen, and I can turn off the waffles. Boop. So I've got that down. I can do that, fairly, I kind of know where the button is, so I can do it without looking. I'll be like, oh, look, waffles. No more waffles. See? And then I can hit the button over here, and I can slide the pictures across. So I'm getting a little more adept at where things are, but I still need to make sure that I've got some of the other things, like, I don't know, the camera is the right one. So I'm looking at camera 2 and not camera 3, and, I have to look down, and Don's like, excuse me, you're looking at the wrong camera. And I'm like, damn it. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Todd. My secret producers making this happen. But if I'm looking down at them, that's, it doesn't work that well because I'm looking at, I don't see the screen. It's not up here. There's no screen over here that I can see what I'm looking at. So I don't know the comments. If I did do I could do maybe a different screen that was dedicated to this, then I could have it, because I would put that up behind that, and I would look at that. I'd be basically looking into the camera, but seeing the screen behind it. It's not like I don't have enough TVs. I have like 8 of them at the bar. I could just bring one down here and like hang giant TVs up here, which would maybe be funny. I could literally hang a flat screen right there, right? Then I would have the YouTube right there, so I would see exactly what's going on. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I can do anything except for edit videos, apparently, because I suck at that. Suck. Okay, so tomorrow's Saturday, July the 5th, Workaholics Day. I'm going to work. I think I'm going to clean up down here a little bit. I think I'm going to get camera 4, this one, to do something besides point at my head. Hi. And I can either use the GoPro, go back to the GoPro, or I can stick with the Panasonic, because I was going to take that with me on the remote setup. Take the Panasonics, not the Nikons. Maybe I can figure out how to get the time set on this one, as well as maybe make a little more room back here, because I'm definitely running out of room. I keep tripping over more and more things as I drop things and keep adding stuff to this room. Because this is actually a working work room. So my tools come and go. I have been adding and detracting things. You just aren't noticing them. Like there's pliers gone, and there was an electric bag that's now missing, and there's other things that are coming and going, but it's just because I take them and go do work with them. My burn's almost healed. Look, you can barely even tell anymore. See, all the scabbing is gone. It's just a little bit of red spot. Let's see, someone's texting me. See if that's somebody saying that I'm screwing up badly. What does it say? It's a text. Okay, nope. Oh, right, yes, okay. Yeah, someone got me a massage. How nice is that? friend. Oh, I talked about, Don also sent me something that was really cool. It's, what was it actually called? It was called eye bombing. I talked about it last night. The art of eye bombing. It's gluing googly eyes onto stuff. And I was talking about that. I was going to get a bunch of pictures of that. But I wanted to get the pictures at the office because someone did that. Someone used to be an eye bomber at the office. I think it was either Kenzie or Natasia, the promotions and marketing women. They eye bombed everything. Like I open up a drawer and there's like something in the drawer with googly eyes on it. You're like, it just makes you chuckle because it's dumb. Like they ruined, I had like, you know, the cardboard cutouts of Kiss. Someone eye bombed Kiss and it kind of ruined it because then when you peeled them off, it peeled the paper off and I'm like, ugh. It's like, so that was less than funny and I was mad. I'm like, oh man. It's like, I didn't really want you to eye bomb Kiss. But then you have to chuckle because they eye bombed other things. And I was looking for, I have a video of something that I eye bombed was dust. I found a bunch of dust. And it's funny, I never saw, what there was the Shell movie, right? What was that movie? Something The Shell. But anyway, it was about the snail shell that is alive. I hadn't seen it. And we were talking about something, and I created a dust bunny. And I made a whole backstory on this. I found the video. There's a whole backstory on the dust bunnies. But of course, I found the dust bunny and I put googly eyes on it, and that was the dust bunny. It was Sunny, the dust bunny. And Sunny had a really funny backstory because they're very different than this shell thing. Just how they are, what they're composed of, all that stuff. So I will definitely explore that one of these days. I'm going to have to make that. I really think there'll be a funny short story about Sunny the Dust Bunny. Because it could definitely be done to many little snippet episodes. It just took me forever to just make like a freaking couple second clip for the fact because you have to do single shot editing. But I guess now I could do something with AI. Oh man, there it is. AI could save me and I could do that. Oh, I'm so going to look into that. Right when I get done with this, I'm going to fall down that rabbit hole and see if I could use AI for good, not for evil. I mean, it's still evil because it would be that. But I already have the whole storyline, the plot line. That could be funny. Oh yeah, maybe there you go. I'll make my epic epitome, my magnum opus about Sunny. I like this. I like this already. See what you did? You helped me. You inspired me, Don. Eye bombing. So I will start to eye bomb down here now because I have so many things down here that look like little faces already that I have a bag of googly eyes that I did stop and get at Michael's. I may have done that. And I also found a bag of googly eyes at the radio station when I was cleaning earlier today, which oddly enough, I was like, wait, why did I find googly eyes? Is it because, again, we talked about googly eyes, so now they just kind of like, oh, there they are? Because what is that? I tried to figure out, there's a, something. It's a kid's book, but it's not. That's the problem. It's totally not a kid's book because Sunny is not, he's just rude. Like really rude, like totally adult. So it could be a kid's book, but it's funny. And again, it's about their composition. Think about dust bunnies. What are they composed of? Dust. But anyway, there's got to be something for it. Like, the Mandela effect is when you think that the Fruit of the Loom had a cornucopia when it didn't, and Lucky Charms had this when it didn't, and, something spelled this way when it isn't. What is it when you think about something or talk about something and then you see it all the time? Like, oh, I'm thinking about yellow Volkswagens, and you see a yellow Volkswagen. But I haven't seen a yellow Volkswagen forever. But then you see one because you talked about it. So there's something that's for that. Yes, giant googly eyes in the van for next year's Dude Up Parade. Yeah, that's a little too early for me to be thinking that because I have no idea if we'll have the van next year, first of all. So I don't know. And maybe there'll be something funny in the news that's not so detrimental to the well-being of everyone's sanity and health. Just saying. Anyway, Friday night, fireworks seem to have ended, which is, I've got to tell you, So the last couple of years, I have had a neighbor, don't know who it is, that would just shoot fireworks off all the damn time. And I mean like, football game win, fireworks. Saturday night, fireworks. The cat, fireworks. And like, not just, like boom, shells, bright sky, and 3 o'clock in the morning. Like you wake up and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? And it's like, the whole outside's lighting up. I'm like, damn it, what the hell, people? And where I live, you call the police about this, they're just like, I'm sorry, you're calling from where? About what? Hold on, let me get someone to help you. And then you listen to the girl from Ipanema for an hour. Because they're not coming, because that's a noise complaint, and they don't care. That's so low in their priority, they're just like, whatever. Right, noise. You live near a university. We're not coming, it doesn't matter. Except for many years ago, we were sitting on the front porch, and there was a bunch of adults. I think the minimum age at that point was 40 years old. And they have a megaphone. It's not hanging up there, but it's, oh, there it is, look, see? The megaphone. Funny story about the megaphone. But anyway, we were sitting on the front porch, and I was yelling at the passersby down on the street. And we're sitting there, and I mean, everyone's drinking like martinis and cocktails, and it's, we're listening to a little bit of music, and there's some tiki torches going on. And we see a flashlight coming down through the neighbor's yard, because you can't get to my yard easily at all. It's almost impossible. And we see like the flashlight coming down the sidewalk, and, I was like, oh no, it's the police, on the megaphone, of course. And he turns the corner like, gotcha. Like expecting that we're going to be students or something. We're just going to scatter. And everyone just sat there, just like, I'm like, officer. And I go, noise complaint. And he just looked at us, shook his head, and walked away. He didn't say anything. Didn't like, keep it down. Didn't say a damn word. Just, it was like, ugh, great. Just what I need. And just what I need, just adults being obnoxious, not students. So, yeah. But anyway, the fireworks were just obnoxious, 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever else. And you can't do anything about it. But we haven't had any. Like, there's no booms tonight. I'm completely shocked. There was a couple earlier, but nothing. Like the normal activity of complete, like a fireworks display going off where it sounds like something from World War III. Nothing. So I'm, knock on wood, pleasantly surprised. I might actually get a good night's sleep without fireworks bursting tonight. Anyway, that's what it is. That's the phenomenon where you learn about something new, like from a friend, and then suddenly, after noticing it, is called the frequency illusion, also known as the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. There it is. I knew it was something like that. Right. Frequency illusion, but I knew there was a weirder name. The Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. I will remember that. The Bader-Meinhof. Because yes, that happens. Because like I said, we talked about eye bombing, and boom, Google eyes at the store. I'm like, oh, I'll get it back. And then at the station, there they are. There's a whole thing of Google eyes. I'm like, oh, that's funny. Because I was just thinking about this. I probably looked at them 100 times recently, but it's just because Don mentioned it. When I looked at this container, I was like, oh, it's Google eyes. But I guess they probably were just glazed over because I wasn't ever looking for them. I was looking for a screwdriver or a scraper or a drill or this. And the Google eyes were in this little container right there. So Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. There it is. Okay. Thank you, Don. I appreciate that. That's very helpful. Secret producer once again comes through. All right. It's, again, it's almost midnight. I think it's time for me to depart and let all you fine people have a good rest of your evening. And then we can do this again tomorrow. But hopefully I have the Dudop Parade edited up by then. And I'll get it down to 4 minutes. Is that a reasonable amount of video, a 4-minute video? Or do I need to break it into smaller chunks? I can do it to about 4 minutes. I've got like 20 minutes of it, but I figured I'd get it down to about 4. And that's with some fast forward stuff, like when I'm driving through the parade. So we don't, I'm not like walking, but it's like zooming so you can see all the floats at once. And when I'm driving the back of the car with a police escort in the back and everything, I figured 4 minutes is a reasonable amount of time. But we'll find out. If you go, oh my God, this is terrible, we hate it, you did a terrible job. Sorry, try my best. Not great at it. See what I can do. And I am just not even say it. Because I won't. And I'll just lie. So I'm just not going to lie to myself and you. I'll just keep working on my editing skills. How's that? I'll make that promise. I'll keep working on my editing skills. And if I can download videos, I need to figure that out. If I can download videos that are on YouTube, not mine, like the Heinz verified ones, or even mine from the radio station, can I then edit them and put them back up? That's what I'm wondering. Because again, if I take down the video and put it back up, they still get the views, I would guess, because it's their thing, it's their copyright stuff. And I shouldn't get a ding for it. It's just what it is. I don't know. I'm confused by how the whole thing works. Anywho, that's where we're at. It's Friday night. I'm going to go look at what I was going to look at. Oh yeah, AI editing, creating something. That's where I'm going. We're going to write that down on my lackluster page of notes. So I'll have to do a recap for today, tomorrow, and then tomorrow as well. So, Sunny AI. I'm there. I'm all about it. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for viewing remotely, in the future, in the past, later, another day, the views, the whole bit. And I will look for you again tomorrow, and we'll do this again, but completely the same, but entirely different. Because it'll be Saturday, and maybe I'll have my stuff together. I don't know. Can't promise anything at this point in my life. At least not that. But anyway, as per usual, you know the words. FTB, baby. FTB. And that's even the initials right here. See? It says FTB. Fade to black. Thank you.